So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, let's have a look at EOS. Right, so we'll make this as fast as possible. So we'll start from the daily. What we see very much looks like an accumulation vibe, up and down above the major moving averages, which are all blending into one. Very much reminds me of this accumulation zone down here, which was just when we started talking about getting in on EOS. Really, we were up, we were down, we were up, we were down. But the difference is that this time round, when we got in on this, there were signals first of all to suggest that there was definite buy signals, but there was also, if we just move to a weekly, it makes more sense. There was also a very clear a trend line of consolidation, which had ended, and it brought us into the accumulation zone. So this is very rough and ready, but it was more or less along those kind of lines. And once we broke out of there, we were up, down, up, down, up, down, but accumulation, and then the buy signal was generated here on this dump, basically the week of this dump, and it went on to make decent highs after that. Obviously, you know, it also plummeted out of into the depths of hell, but it still remained above the accumulation zone. So you know, and take it for what it's worth. Also, if we think about this in terms of this rounded bottom that one of our Patreons and Telegram members brought to the channel, it's very, very nice, very tasty indeed. Each time, even in I suppose a consolidation or bear market for EOS, each time it tagged here, more or less had a decent reaction. We had one anomaly wick which came down especially low here, but other than that, more or less, this has marked each time it's come down to, it's marked a bottom. So this is an upwards facing support. It's a rounded bottom which is bullish, and every time if you were to try to catch a knife based on this, you would more or less be rewarded each time. Bottom there, you've got a bottom here, you've got a bottom here, bottoms here, and just as last week you had a bottom here. So every time we touch this, you could assume that the bottom is in, or the bottom for that market order would be in, for that limit order, sorry, it would be in. So the weekly MACD slowly ticking up on the histogram, but it's not what I would call a bullish formation. But again, when you're buying the lows, absolute lows, then nothing generally does look bullish. We do have that rounded bottom, which again could end up being the bottom as of that last tag there. And everything else on this chart looks very much like accumulation. So if you want to accumulate, then you have to expect to stay in an accumulation for a prolonged period of time. The reason being is that nobody really wants anything that's just accumulating. Everybody wants to buy things that are going up. No, but everyone wants instant gratification. They don't want to catch lows. They don't want to buy lows. I know that they do deep down, but they're not patient enough to buy a low. And I do believe that EOS has already set in several lows, giving us the opportunity to buy these lows, but obviously it's generally underperforming. It's like a giant coil, right? It's a giant coil, and looking to basically unleash its power to at least go back up to its most recent high of around about $13–14. And again, that might not be enough for most of you crackheads out there that want to chase the thousands and billions of percent, but you know, in a realistic area of trading, and you know, decent gains, I don't see a problem with that. Unfortunately, it's decided not to show me the monthly, but there was some interesting things on the monthly I wanted to show you, but it's not bringing it up. Essentially being above all major moving averages on the monthly, similar sort of situation that we were around this time of the monthly. So I think that this is getting ready to start a decent uptrend at some point soon, but for now we're just going to have to buy into it, stay into it, and watch everything else move around us until EOS is fully ready. Now there are levels of support and resistance that we should pay attention to. Major one being around about here. It's about $5 to $5.20. It's more of a boxy zone, to be honest with you, but we'll slice through it as a major area here. It's about $5.20, I have to say. So that's your main area of resistance to break above. We've got to break above there and stay above there. We also, if we think about this in terms of where is it, the daily, we could look at what we're in right now as a bit of a major consolidation from its last peak here, and if that is the case, Where were we? Not that absolute top, but this second level of top here. If we use that as our descending trend line of resistance as well, to which we're still in, we've got ourselves a triangle formation, and we're punching the top of that right now. And so we'll use the rounded bottom with this as the consolidation, and we're looking to break out of here one way or another. Again, you know, it's not massively bullish. It's all very much like a spring which is gaining, you know, more and more tension in it, and just needs to be unleashed. And it will, so long as the market remains healthy, it will be unleashed. And I would expect it to start to really just break through these areas for $5.20, and then the next area is about $7, between $7.20 and $7.40 is around about these kind of tops, and so on and so on and so on. So it's got a long way to go, and it's got a lot of areas to break through. But once the momentum starts to pick up on this one, it will end up at these previous highs, and maybe even beyond. But for the moment, it's for those of you who have, you know, like, let's just say, some extra money floating around, that don't mind risking it into something that's not necessarily looking to move anytime soon. But when it does move, you'll be looking to at least double or triple your money. But there's no guarantees. It's crypto, and again, this is EOS, so it does dump harder than it pumps most of the time. But at least we've got a relatively decent fix on it when it comes to support, and obviously so many resistances above us, which is one of the main reasons we're kept down at these low levels. The apex will break one way or another. I would expect it to break to the up as we are in a healthy market. Right, I'm going to leave it with you there. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.